Alright, I wish there was a better way to film this, but you got the ball bearings and then the cage right there. So I'm just popping out the cage with a aux cord from headphones. But you can pop the cage out with anything. But your cage should already be out. Once you remove the cage, then it's technically known as a cageless bearing. And it'll still spin, even with the cage removed. Probably a little bit faster even. But you gotta now get the balls out, which they don't like to fall out on their own unless you like drop them down a flight of stairs or something. So let's see. The best way is to get them all on one side and push out the middle once they're all on one side, because then this will be free and then it'll all fall apart. So now you got a fall apart bearing. So you want to get all your stuff gathered up. You'll lose a couple if you're not careful. Alright. Must be a 7-baller. So you have this, and all your parts are here. I don't know if you can see this one. It's hard for me to see. Okay, yeah, you can. And I guess, I'm trying to remember the best way to do this. I guess the best way to do it would be to gather up. You gotta gather up all these together. So you gotta kind of set your bearings in this little lip here. So let me have these go all over the place real fast. Try to set them in the lip. So I got a couple of them in there. 3. I mean, your spinner will still spin even without all the bearings. So, and even without the cage. I mean, I would recommend keeping the cage on because then it's more likely that it'll fall apart. But the hardest part is getting all the damn bearings in there. There you go. So essentially all you have to do is get them all along this rim, and then put this on top, and then take your fingers and pinch it, and then just turn it like this, and essentially it forces all the bearings to be pushed in to the little groove of the rails. So that was a really probably bad video for it, but that gets them all back in there. And then when you want to put your cage back on, you just kind of, I usually space out my bearings first. Just kind of take something and attempt to evenly space them, because if you do that, then the cage will want to go on a little bit nicer. But the cage has little notches in it where each bearing goes. So you'll just kind of match up the little notches with the bearings, and you'll kind of like push them to be where the notches are. Push, 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 push. And then you'll just pop the cage back in place, so the cage will pop over the bearings. And there you go. This was actually the rusted one that came with yours first that I had to clean up. But that's that. Now let's see how